Hello, hello, hello. I am Jason Sterling, and I think that we are live. I think so. Let me take a look here and see, make sure that we are up and running. Do. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it looks good enough. I think we're good to go. I'm going to shut that off there. I will be watching chat if anybody should happen to drop in today. Let me say right off the bat, this is presented in conjunction with the EA Creator Network, formerly the EA Game Changers program. That means that the Growing Together pack, which you're going to use quite a bit, quite of the outside out assets, the park style assets in this build today, that was free of charge for both review and play purposes. So that out of the way, I do have my little tag there presented by the EA Creator Network. I don't think I actually have to use that a whole lot longer because I think we only have to do it for like the first live stream video, whatever we do. And I did that yesterday, so I probably don't have to have it today. But hey, I'm going to just hedge my bets, right? And go ahead and put it up there. So as you can see here, what we have is what I consider the remains of a 1970s sort of brutalist style plaza or urban park area, right? A lot of concrete. They planted, a lot of concrete and a lot of plants inside concrete. So, you got a couple of trees inside a concrete wall. You've got some, the remains of a tree inside concrete planters, flowers inside concrete planters, so on and so forth. And, probably when it first was open in the 70s, it was to great fanfare, but it never really had a purpose. It is just a sort of place you go and sit. There's not much else to do in this park. Sit and, stare into a reflecting pool, I guess is what these were. Originally not green, originally clear and lovely. I'll have a whole speed build where we kind of build this out new and then build it out to the state you see it in now. And then we're going to tack this onto the end where we're going to turn it into a family-friendly park for the 2020s downtown, right? But, you had these reflecting pools, you had some potted plants, and not a whole lot of purpose. So over time, it kind of fell into dereliction. The city didn't take very good care of the landscaping. Some of it died. You had people kind of randomly dumping garbage. And in order to help combat that, the city went ahead and just stuck dumpsters here at the park, which really didn't fix the problem. And in fact, really only made it worse because, aesthetically, they weren't very pleasing. So what we have now here in the Spice District is an attempt at gentrification. Some people have come in. They want to make this a neighborhood for everyone to live in. This is not a neighborhood for just young adults. This is not a neighborhood just for people who are working downtown or single people. There are families living down here now. There are families with small kids living down here. They want to see something that can be put to use. And we don't need another great big pad like this of concrete, do we? Not really, because we have a huge pad of concrete over here to do things on. So we're going to turn this into a children's park. And I already have an idea kind of what I want to do because when I built this to begin with, I had an idea of the end result. Now, naturally, these two trees will become the trees with the treehouse from Growing Together. We will have, because toddlers and infants can't use the treehouse, I don't think they can. I haven't actually done anything with the treehouse yet. I'm very late to Growing Together, to this expansion pack. I'd already planned a trip with my real son for spring break to Washington, D.C., which was the week that Growing Together launched. Unlike a lot of people, I guess, I do have a life, and no one let me know in advance that it was coming out, so I already had that vacation planned. So I'm getting to this kind of late, and I have not used the treehouse just yet. Right. So we're going to go put the treehouse there. Then since toddlers and infants can't use it, I'm going to build, which I've built recently and I've built before that, the toddler secret forest. And it's kind of a miniaturized forest. It's gonna wind a little bit here, right? And it's gonna come back here and end at the giant trees with the treehouse in it at a fairy tale castle for the toddlers to play in. And we'll build a sort of small, diminutive sort of fairy tale castle that the toddlers can actually go inside and play in. And then all along that path, that secret forest, will be sort of toddler-esque things, right? Things they would like. And then over here, we're going to take this out. No reflecting pool here. Over here, we are going to build a water park with the splash pad items, the Welbert kind of stretch. And in the middle, an area for families to kind of just hang out. Maybe we'll put some game tables there. I don't know what we're going to do with it. We'll do something like that. Game tables, seating, da-da-da-da-da. The only things we'll probably keep are kind of these city things, the maps and the advertisement, because obviously this park is going to be sponsored by some corporation to help pay for it. And of course, we'll keep it'll look like we kept those trees. We won't really keep those trees because the trees for the treehouse look different than any other tree I could find in game, right? So I couldn't put an actual tree that mimics the treehouse trees in that spot. But, they'll stay. And maybe these planters, I might keep these planters and rehab them with new landscaping. We'll see. We'll see what we do with that. But to begin with, we're going to come in here and we're going to go ahead and get rid of like this reflecting pool and its attendant garbage. We've got, as you can see here, a lot of this sort of stuff, staining and spillovers from the years, right? Get rid of that. I mean, most of this is really going to go. Take all this out. Actually, all this concrete is going to go too. So let's take this out, and that's going to go. Let's go ahead and just take. Well, I could almost demolish this whole lot. Truth be told. We won't, but I almost could. We'll take out some of that garbage there, this garbage. I'm going to take out all of this stuff here. We don't want any more of this sort of brutalist concrete style. We want a much more natural feel, right? Clean up the garbage. And this ties into the story I'm doing for Growing Together. My character in that story kind of leads this crusade to change this neighborhood around, right? Kind of takes place before the Spice District is sort of a gentrified area. And he's got this sort of mission to let's clean all of this up. We are the city. Why are we waiting for the city to do anything when, we're the city? Let's just take it on ourselves and get it done. So we'll take this out. There we go. Take out all of that there. Unfortunately, we did take out the small little homeless encampments. I'm going to pretend that as part of this effort on behalf of these people, maybe they try to set up some resources to help people that are trapped here on the streets of San Myshuno. At least here in the Spice District. Kind of my own community has done that. It's not big enough by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have a homeless shelter and kind of rehabilitation place, not just drug and alcohol, but sometimes like career rehabilitation, stuff like that, right? Let's take out most of this. We'll leave a little bit of concrete over here, since probably we would have some around this. I think of this as kind of a bus stop right here. It's got a couple of benches. I might replace the benches, though. In fact, I think I will. We're going to get rid of these concrete benches real quick. Take them out like that. We'll put in something a little bit nicer, a little bit more modern for our age, the 2020s. For now, I think I'll leave these planters. Again, let's take out the landscaping that's in there, because the idea is, as you get closer here, you can see it's kind of overgrown, right? It's kind of overgrown. It's got some dead bits in it. Like I said, it's long since past its prime and long since past when anybody was going to try to take care of it. We might just take that out too. I don't know if we should leave the fence or not. I can't decide. My thought is no, because you've got this green patch over here. So why would you put this fence up to block it? Again, that feels more like a very 70s sort of thing where, you know, you're going to frame out this plaza with like a fence, right? We'll take out most of this concrete here. Some of it we'll have to put back, I imagine, because I actually don't know how it works. We'll see how it works here with the growing together water park stuff. I mean, I know they've got some sort of, ground cover, like ground mat looking stuff. Garbage can. And this here, I think I'll go ahead and keep, and even keep the bushes in it. I might put a few more of these out. In the old days, I used to do an awful lot of trying to merge things together to create a different look, right? Especially when we didn't have a lot of packs early on. So this here is a bathtub, right? But I wanted to put bushes in it as though it was a concrete planter. I got to activate my cheats here too. I wanted to do it as if it was a concrete, planter, right? These cheats take forever. Here we go. All right, that should take care of that. I'm at a little bit of a loss. I can't decide if I should do this as just base game and growing together only, essentially, although I do have some city living stuff in here already, or if I should go ahead and just use any packs. I think I will. I think I'll use growing together and city living in the base game. That's what I think. And I also think what we're going to do is we're going to relocate the electrical transformer that was kind of in the middle of things there. We're going to say that maybe we were able to convince the electric company to come out and move that for us. And then we'll take these out, these old drainage things, which we're not going to need anymore. We don't need that drainage into the sewer when we have this big expanse of grass to soak up that water, right? So the water doesn't just run off and cause a flood because it's all concrete and there's no place for it to go. We have this natural grass turf now, so the water can sink into the ground and not have to be, siphoned off into a sewage system. So now we're going to go over here, and even though obviously we're going to take all of this out because the treehouse is going to go there. Let's see here. I wonder if we set this. I thought about setting it as a recreation center, which is the new growing together setup. But I'm afraid I would need too much stuff, like fitness stuff, stuff like that. And we could do it as a park. But then I think I've got to put an actual bathroom in. And I'm not going to use the bathroom because we've got one right there on the plaza itself. So all I can think right now is to leave it generic and just see how it goes. When I kind of play tested, if it seems like nobody's showing up, right? Nobody's coming to hang out, I guess I'll try to figure out something from there. Maybe for fixing that. Let's see here. We do have a food stall. I don't think I'm going to use the food stall again because over in the plaza, there's constantly food stalls, so we really don't need it. We do need Welbert. He's very important. Splash pad stuff. Let's take this stuff here. And here. Here's the tree house. So as you can see, I mean, kind of close, right? Kind of close. I got a little close maybe on how those trees work. Maybe if we did some pruning and a little bit of landscaping on it, they would look like our trees for our tree house. Like that. And then we'll go ahead and take out, whoops, I don't want to take out the actual tree house. We'll take out all this undergrowth and underbush here. Now, right off the bat, I don't know if I want to leave that as dirt. I don't think I do. That's actually floor tiles there. I don't think if I do dirt under it, I'm going to do it add like that. For now, we're going to leave it kind of like that, although actually, I mean, I say that, I kind of want to go ahead and take like another thing here and maybe put it here. And what this one would be for, or maybe over here. Because my thought with this one is like, maybe that's where you would put infants, like really little kids, so that they're not part of all this sort of rowdy activity over here. So like maybe while they're little, they would have this smaller area. And we'll put a few kind of like emitters and stuff. Let's see here. Let me turn on a grid. I kind of want these to, you know, I want them to be kind of evenly spaced. Let's do that. There we go. Kind of like a clock, right? In fact, that is a lot like a clock. I wonder if I could do something to maybe make it look like a clock. I don't know. We'll see. And let's pull back here. That's not a bad start for our water park area. And, you know, we could put some seating around that for the parents and stuff. Now, for the toddler sort of secret forest, right? Okay, let's come over here. I want to see what kind of outline. I want it to be relatively close to this tree house. I'm going to put the tree house kind of like right on the edge. So I'm thinking maybe we would do the little toddler house. Maybe over here somewhere, right about here. And then we could do, this is going to be preliminary. We might change this. I might change this a little bit, but preliminarily, we could do something kind of like that. And then maybe come down here and do, well, let's do an even taller one here. It's not taller. Yeah, it is. That's taller, but let's do it this size. Okay, let's do it like this, right? And then we'll do kind of a smaller one, but still taller than that structure, maybe down here. We're going to see where we go with this. You know, I want it to be kind of a fairy tale. So we'll see. We'll see where we end up going with that. But in the meantime, we do need to, let's see if we can terrain paint ourselves. Kind of a little path, kind of a little forest path, you know, meandering back here to like a gate, right? To like a courtyard gate. The question, of course, as I'm looking at this is, do I want to use something like really kind of rocky, right? Or use something more like a sort of road, more like this, right? Kind of cobbled together. I think we'll do like that. And we're going to kind of meander around like this here. I might have to adjust that a little bit. And kind of serpentine it out like that, right? Maybe something kind of like that. I'm going to put a little cul-de-sac right here, right? And then we're going to line this whole thing with like trees and stuff like that. Let's get down here. We need something that would look kind of like a gate for a castle. I am going to try to keep... We'll see what we've got if we just use city living and the base game and growing together for our options. We'll see here. And then we've always got something like this, right? So we've always got something like that, which is definitely a sort of toddler feel. I kind of would like something maybe a little smaller. How big is that? Let's see here. Let's take a look at our gate selections. Because we could do something like this. We could change that to a fence up front instead of that wall. And we could put that in as, you know, a somewhat fancier fairy tale type of gate. That's an option. Or we've got this, more ominous, right? All closed up. Let's try that. Let's see here. We'll go like that. Put this in here. I would like to have it in the in the middle. I can't put it in the middle, can I? I could do it with a door or a window. I could put it in the middle, but I can't put it in the middle with this. That's okay. You know what? We'll just go ahead and we'll take that off and that off and that off. Take that off. And bring this like that. I might have to bring a family over to this so that I can kind of test it as we go along. So we got a little gate for them to get in. Now, let's see what we've got to work with here. You know, this is a pretty good standby for kind of a fairy tale roof for kids. Let's see here. I was going to use this already for kind of the hidden forest area. We'll see. I may have to break down and just use like a lot of different packs. I just do what I have to do. Flip this up here. Yeah, let's leave it like that. Let's see here. This could go for now, maybe kind of like that. Because we're going to need to put some sort of roof on this. Ah, that works. If we drop that down a little bit, it works. Well, kinda. Then we have these floating. So not exactly. Okay, let's see here. Mm-hmm. Let's raise that back up and let's see if we can figure out something for a roof. I think while I think on that, I'm going to go ahead and continue a few things around here. Let's see what we have. I do like this. This fits really well, you know, being here in the Spice District. We could do something like this. Not bad. And let's see. Oh, we do have these new columns. These new columns look really cool. I'm afraid they're going to be a little bit too big for here and maybe not entirely the sort of style we're looking for, but we'll see. We could bring them down like that. You know, it's not too bad. The blues do match really well between like here and here. I think that I could live with it for the time being, and we'll see what I'll see what else I come up with. Let's move this here. So we're getting pretty close. Let's see if we can get a roof on this thing. What can I use for a roof, except for a roof, of course? There is well, there's stuff like this. And again, I've kind of done this before. Let's see here. The bad thing is that this is a 3x3. I probably should make it a 4x4 if I'm going to try to do what I'm thinking I want to do. Okay, let's see here. Or at least a 3x4. I could make it a 3x4. That might be a little bit easier and not require quite so much changing around. Let's take a look here. Okay, so we've got that, and then what we can do is we'll go in here and we'll take a wall, right? We're going to take a wall, we're going to draw it right down the middle like so, and then we'll grab that awning in blue. And we're going to make it, that might be too big. Not really. We'll do this, and then we'll do this. Aha! Maybe that will work. Will that work? I don't know if that will work. We're going to try it, though. We are going to try that. Let's take this wall out and see how it looks. That's not too bad to create a fake ceiling there with that low wall, which is more of a toddler height wall instead of a great big wall. Move this here. Okay, now let's see. We're going to take some more like little half walls here. Let's take another little half wall. Much smaller than we've used so far. We're going to start with this and see if this will work. And then maybe, I thought it was lifted up like that, but again, if I had a 4x4 square, it might come out a little bit easier for me. Take that out. I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And what I want to do ultimately is lift it up kind of like that. So that it's kind of, you know, maybe, I might also just use it over here. And I think what I'm going to do is take another tall piece of wall and fill in this spot here. And fill in that spot there. That makes it look a little bit more like a roof without those scrolls being, you know, the scrolly parts here being quite so evident. Just looks like it has like little triangular windows up there now. And then we can decorate this to match the rest of the castle. Right. And we're going to go ahead and put in our roof on this side. And like that. Not too bad. Not too shabby. I hope there's rocks like this and growing together, right? Hope so. Hope the rocks aren't just on the column. I just now thought of that. But hopefully we're going to see some rocks here that will be on that column. Let's see. There we go. And there we go. And for now, we're going to go ahead and raise this column up. Maybe like that. Well, let's just say like that. We're going to do it like that. And we'll grab another one of them. We're going to grab this one here. Put it here on this other part. Like so. I might not even end up using this here for this little build. We'll see. On this side, let's... I'm going to go ahead and do that as a regular wall on that side. And like that. Okay, now we can kind of see our little toddler palace, our little toddler sort of fairy tale castle coming to life here. As such, not too bad. I think we'll look and put in some sort of windows for this little place. And we could really use a door, some sort of door for them to get into it, right? Let's look at this trickster door again. It does come in white. It's a little big, though, for the space. It is. Do. I'm not real sure what I think I'm going to find here. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with this stuff, and I don't think there is really a real diminutive little door for me to use. I could just go with an archway into it. It doesn't have to be a door. Could be an archway like that. Kinda. I don't really love the way that looks. And I guess the other thing I could do is I could move these towers. Let's move them back. Let's put one here. The other one here. And then we can kind of extend this courtyard as such. That might help us a little bit. Let's see here. We don't have just a great, I guess, selection of these single tile doors. I could do that one. It has windows in it, which is not my favorite, but maybe if we do it in blue or even just pure white, it would be okay, because I'm going to spend like 3,000 hours trying to find the perfect window for there or doorway for there. And we could just go with that. And, you know, in real life, a toddler's not going to care. They're not going to care. They're going to be cool with it. Let's see here. I think we need to take this out. There we go. That way we can reach our doorway there. And we'll go ahead and put another door on this side. Whoops. And I think we could put like a kind of a secret door back here into this one little 1 square by 1 square type of space. Again, it's very small, but we're looking at building this kind of for a toddler, right? So it's not too big a deal if we keep it kind of diminutive. Do. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick look at some windows and then move on to some more of this park. Before I get too burned out on this castle, I need to think about it a little bit longer, see kind of where we're going. Ooh, now right off the bat though, those are really cute windows for a fairy tale castle. So let's zoom in here and see what we've got. And they come in kind of a blue, right? So not bad at all. I mean, that's super cute. Love that, love that. I do love that. So what do we got here with this? This also comes in a blue. Look how cute that is. You could do those like side by side like that on each side of that column. That is going to be really, really cute. That is going to be really, really cute. I kind of wish I was still a toddler sometimes and that I had a dad who would build stuff like this. Let me make sure I get everything kind of going here. Now, let's look at our rock and stone options. We don't have to do this in rock and stone, but kind of my idea is to do it in rock and stone. Let's see here. Ah, okay, so we do have that as an option. Very nice. Is that too much rocks? I don't know. Is that too much rocks? It might be too much rocks. I'm going to take a look at it here. Let's see what else we come up with. And if it just doesn't seem like it's soft enough, you know, then maybe we're going to have to say that's too much rocks and we'll do something else. But for now, I kind of like it. And we'll make the tops of, you know, our half walls there white, right? It gives it a little more tie-in. And let's see, what colors does this come in? We've got that, and that. I think I went through these already. That's pretty much about, I guess that's going to be about as good as we get. Now for flooring, let's look here and see. I love this flagstone. Very, very cute. I'm going to go with some flagstone for the kind of courtyard area here. And I think we'll continue the flagstone here in the back, right? So we'll go ahead and make a little flagstone walkway here to our secret door to the secret tower. We're going to go ahead and put this stone on everything, right? Just to see how much stone does it look like we end up with. And is it too much? Let me see. Whoops, come on. There we go. Okay, so we've got this right now so far for a toddler to play in. And let's look here on the back side. We should put some windows or something in there as well. This is going to be kind of our little balcony area right here, kind of a pretend kind of terrace area, you know. So flooring just for that one little spot there, I think we'll do in brick. Let's see. Like that, you know, something along those lines. We could do it as two, kind of like that. Although I think we'll do it as one. I think we will do it as one. This is a very small space. We've got to fit a lot of look and a lot of ideas into this space. So let's see here what we have going on. for wood. You know what I'm going to do is I might also take this, though, and put it here in this secret room, right? If I can get into the secret room, there we go, like that. And even though the walls inside of this castle I might do different than the exterior, I think in here we're going to do the interior of that secret tower as that stone. And I hate whenever I use, like, I use this eyedropper to grab something and it takes away all of my, filters. Hate that. Let's see here. Let's take a look again. What do we have to work with? What do we have to work with growing together? This is what we have for growing together. For flooring, let's see here. City Living, of course, does have some wood. Can always use that. And then the base game. We'll have several wood choices here. Let's use this for now. To me, it looks a little bit like Pergo. And I think Pergo is something you might use outdoors in a kid's playhouse like this. So let's kind of shoot with that. And then here for the interior. Could do a blue and white, kind of like that. That's actually kind of pretty. I mean, I kind of like that. What else do we have? The great thing about this is, of course, it's not real life. So we have a lot of options, that we can do. But I think this might be the best one because it's slightly rustic, but it's also kind of castle-y, kind of like a castle, right? Here in the back, we're going to need to put in, as I said, some more windows, something that will work. I have something in mind. We're going to take a look at it and see if it does fit here. This is also very cool. How big is it? Oh, it's not too big. So we could maybe do this, like that. It's a little weird there, a little wonky, right, where they intersect. We can also maybe do it like that. Now that's kind of cool. I do like the way that fits there in between the column. Makes it look like it's two little windows that connect with. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. We might use these. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure where we're going to use those or if we are going to use them anyplace else. We shall see. Now, what I was thinking of for here in the back, let's take a look. Something like this. So again, we have some area where we can kind of reach and kind of see what our little toddlers are up to there. I don't really necessarily love that look, though. We're going to try this one. Maybe. Let's take a look at that real quick. It's almost, again, I think that's going to be too much. It kind of dominates this playhouse. I mean, I guess we could use the matching windows here like these, from growing together. At least the color matches. And it does have, that kind of look. We could even do them kind of side by side like that. Or to give it kind of the feel of a grand sort of gallery, we could lift them up like that. Let's see here. Move them down. Because, castles sometimes have those grand 2-story spaces, 3-story spaces, and the windows go all the way up the whole area. So if you're a toddler and you come in here and you see those great big windows going all the way up, you'll probably be pretty excited. So let's try that. And we could even cap this side as well. Maybe that might be too much. I don't think I'm going to take that out. I think that is too much. Okay, so we've got kind of our little toddler castle here, right? Since they cannot play in the treehouse, we've got a toddler castle here. I don't think that it will interfere with the treehouse. If it does, I'm going to have to slide it forward a little bit, which is okay. But I don't think it will interfere with the treehouse. Now, since, when we're on the bottom floor, this roof will not disappear. So that's part of the reason why I left this completely open on this side, is so that when you have toddlers, you can kind of have them set at the tables or whatever we put in here. I'll decorate it out here in a little bit without too much trouble, that way you're not trying to strain to have them do stuff. And you can kind of see what they're up to. You can kind of see what they're doing while they're in there. We might do... I feel like there should be some sort of something there to kind of mark that off. But not that. Not that. Let's do a short wall here. Like so. And that erased all my inside decor. Let's see here. Hold on just a second. We can fix it. That's been kind of a problem with the game, I think, forever now, since it came out. That it kind of, you add a wall to the inside, it erases all of your, decorations on the inside. And the crazy thing is, I know it, and I still do it. I mean, I could wait to paint everything until the very end, but there's just something about me where I kind of need to see, the paint. I just need to see the way it looks. I need to make sure that it's going the right direction as far as color goes, stuff like that. I don't really think I want that window there. We're going to take that out. I might put a window there. Not that one. So we've got that like that. We could put some small columns there on the inside, but again, I don't want them to get too much in the way of what we're trying to do, right? I don't want them to be too much in the way of being able to move toddlers around inside. I'm going to check real quick and see if I can lower this. Where is it? Oh my gosh, it's tall. If I can lower it down, I can't get any lower than that. So it is kind of in the way. So we're not going to use that, but maybe we'll come up with something else while we're building out that would kind of fit there, help, better, again, designate this as this is kind of an outside balcony or a terrace. This is the inside house or castle. Now we need a window there by the stairs. Let's take a look at growing together. Let's look at those windows. That's so cool. I love that. I don't really have room for it here, but man, that's cool. If I didn't have to seal this up, I would put it here on this end like that. And it would look so great, but it would be so hard trying to reach, around to control your toddlers through it that I'm not going to do it. But it would look great. It would look great. Let's see here. We could use another one of these. Oh, that's pretty. What's that? Oh, that is pretty too. Let me see here. What other versions of that do we have? That's nice. That looks like Frank Lloyd Wright. I love that. These kind of look like Frank Lloyd Wright too. Of course, a lot of the stuff in this pack looks very kind of craftsman style or prairie style. Frank Lloyd Wright was more prairie style. So I guess I'm not too surprised to see that. Let's see how that window looks. Ooh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Kind of a neat look to it. Or we could do something like that. Oh no, tough decision there. Or we could look here at the base game and see what we have that might suit us for that particular area. We got this. That maybe. This is not bad. Let me see here. And I could leave it kind of low like that. Again, I mean, that's lower than I might normally do a window. Well, that's normal height, but these are pretty low. But you know, you've got toddlers, right? And they need it low enough that they can actually see out. And actually, these here might be a little high. So my thought is to go ahead and move those down. Because again, this is a toddler playhouse, not an adult playhouse. So moving those down would enable a toddler to be able to see out. And that's what they're going to want to be able to do. They want to be able to see out, see what's going on. And we could either leave it as blue or just white. Let's go with white. Oh, there's this. Oh, this is cool though too. I'm going to leave it like that for now. That looks good. I do like that. Did I lost my stuff again? Lost it out here too? Okay, let's see. Let's put it back in place like that. Okay, that's looking pretty good for a little toddler playhouse in the park, right? So I'm going to keep this for the moment. Let's keep it out here. Now, leading up to this, of course, we're going to have the mystery forest that they kind of walk through to get there. So we're going to do. I would almost always rather use bushes like this because they don't disappear when you get close. You know, they don't just disappear off the map, right? So let me take a look here. And we want it to be a little kind of wild space. So it's not entirely tame forest, so we're going to use some of these overgrown bushes. We have to be careful. These things will inhibit movement, right? So they can get in the way of movement and make it really hard for our toddler to get around from place to place, trying to get around, trying to get back here to this thing. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. I don't want to inhibit the walkway too much, but I do want to have. I mean, again, does this matter? It really doesn't matter what I'm about to say. But it's kind of like, I imagine this from the point of view of a real toddler, right? So when I build stuff, I try to imagine from the point of view of a real person in a real situation. And when they're walking through the forest, they want to kind of catch these glimpses of the structure, right? So they're walking through here, see a little window through there. They see these little glimpses of the structure. And so I want to leave some space between the trees to facilitate that. So they can be like, ooh, there's something coming. Oh, there's something along the way here. We're going to put in some little bushes, little ball bushes here. Like so. The one thing I can think of looking at this right now is we could almost put a couple of windows up here. Or we could maybe make these windows also double height. Or like this. We could do like that. And then like that and like that. For that sort of grandeur, you know, of the space. For now, we're going to leave it. I don't know if that's like too much in my opinion or not. But for now, we're going to leave it like that. Because looking at it, it did look a little kind of blank there to me. Another thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to put in flower boxes, of course. I don't know if we have any new ones with growing together. Let's see. Do we? No. So we've got these here, though. These are the good old standbys. Are very traditional. We've had these for what, 8 years now or something in the base game. Tried and true. Move them like that. And let's see if they come in blue. How blue can we get? That's pretty blue. We could do red or yellow or orangish. Let's see here. Oh, I'm going to do white. The white's very pretty. The white's really pretty and really striking with that white window trim and against that gray. That looks really very nice. We're going to go with that there. And then right here in this area, like I said, this is a secret forest. So we are going to have kind of, oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. We're going to have kind of a little secret sort of village or monastery back here. I did this for a recent build. And I put Baby Yoda, you know, let's grab him real quick. Let's grab Baby Yoda. And there he is. And I put him here as a little master, right? A little master of this place. And we'll decorate that out. So there's, you know, you're coming along this secret forest, you come across this little monastery or kind of a little secret temple. In this case, a Jedi temple, right? Because Yoda's there. So we're going to have kind of a little secret area back here for kids to kind of stumble upon and find. And we're going to decorate that out more. We're going to take like, let's see here. Not bad. One thing we could do is put those underground in a basement and then lift it up so just these top parts are showing. That might be fun. I'm going to think about that. I'm going to set that over here. The same thing is true of this in that if just this part was showing, then it looks like a little kind of open air sort of structure, right? Almost again like a little temple type of platform. So that's an option. Especially in white like that. Let's go here to City Living, nothing, and then base game. With the base game, see, I've done that like that there. I did it with this, where I buried it, and then all you could see was this part, right? This part here, and then this. So it looked like a little temple-esque looking structure on the ground, right? We might do that. We might do something like that with either one of those pieces, and then we'll take this. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. And that's kind of our front door there. It's like Yoda goes through his little front door, right? Little front door for him to go through. Let's kind of set it off kind of like that. A little front porch area. Like so. That's not bad. We could do that. Kind of intersect there, or we could do, well, I don't know about that. Let's leave it off. Let's leave it off. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. We're going to go with a maybe on that. Is there anything else here we could use? We could, I wonder, how small can I make this stuff? I don't know. If I could make this really, really small, I can. So we could build like an awning here on the front. I'd have to use a tool mod to lower it down. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try that real quick. We're going to go out here. I'm going to have to bring a family with a toddler over here to the park. And they can help me play test this stuff as we go along. Let's see here. Ah, there's a family with a toddler and a couple of pets. Let's go in here and grab them. My good old RM Cascadian family, always handy. Reg and Grant and Max and Hooper and their cat Will and their dog Max. Now, what's the dog's name? Not Max. I don't know what the dog's name is. My dog's name in real life once was Max, and that's why I named my kid in game Max, because that dog was like my kid, and she passed away a long time ago. But Alex, I named him Alex. Okay, Alex Reginald. So let's have them all head on over to this new park. That way I can use the tool mod as we're building here. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Just checking a text there real quick. Saw my phone go off. Nothing important. Nothing I need to deal with. Oh, shit. I didn't bring everybody with me? God damn it. Okay, hold on. How did I miss that? I don't know. Bring Grant here. Bring Max here. Bring Hooper from daycare here. Let's go ahead and call the dog and cat over. Okay. So we're going to go over here. You know what? Let's have Hooper come over to this house real quick. Let's see right off the bat if it works, right? Have I just, totally screwed this whole thing up? I don't know. We'll see. He's headed that way. Well, the dog or the cat or whatever went in, so... Yeah, there he goes. Okay, yeah, pretty nice, huh, buddy? Let's go here. So he's good to go. That's actually pretty big. Now that I look at it, it is pretty tall. I don't know. I might make it a little bit smaller, or let me see how big Max is in here. Because then kids could play in it as well as toddlers. It's even pretty big for Max. So yeah, I might have to go in. I might go in and adjust the heights of these walls a little bit. Bring the columns down, bring the roofing down. That's pretty easy to adjust and not too big of a deal. I got a little carried away there. Kind of made a house for myself, I guess, right? Now, right here, though, real quick, we can use the tool mod. And we're going to drop this down just a little bit. Let's see where that lands it. Pretty close. Let's drop it down a little bit more. That's better. Now, its scale is already a fourth of its original size because I scaled it down in game, and the smallest it gets in game is a fourth of its regular size. So it's already 0.25. So we're going to try 0.2 of its normal size. See, that's not too bad. That gets us a little bit closer. We're going to go a little bit smaller, even still, and we're going to scale it down to let's just try 0.15 and see if that's too small. It's not. I think that works pretty well here. Let's see. And then, we can lift it up just a little bit. We're going to lift it up 0.1. Like that. And then using the move function, we're going to kind of slide it into place. Okay, so, oh shoot. But this has got kind of one of those wonky grids. Sometimes a grid doesn't exactly fit the grid, right? It doesn't fit the grid in the real world. I can't really remember the solution for that, and I don't want to mess around with it, to be quite honest. So what we're going to do, we're just going to move this. We'll just move this piece here ever so slightly forward, a little bit more. Like that. And then we have a nice little awning over our front door. Like so. Okay, so that looks pretty good. That's part of our little forest there. Take this off. What I'm going to do next is actually put in a mailbox. Why am I going to put in a mailbox? Because I need to use MC Command Center to turn the sun back on here so that when we're in and out, it will be daylight. Go change the world time. It's currently 7 o'clock. Let's move it forward by 13 hours. Like so. Then we're going to make sure all of our household needs are met, and we're going to have to reset each of these objects so that they catch up with current time. I don't know where's the dog? There he is. There. Okay, so let's keep working here on this village, right? I mean, on this forest, this hidden forest. Another place that we're going to have something kind of unusual, something secret or special will be right here. Now, I'm not real sure what, but it would be something that's kind of even more hidden in the forest, right? So it's a little bit scarier. It's a little bit, more uncertain. I wonder, let me look here. One thing that might be kind of cute is if we could do something that looks maybe like a house, but built into like a tree or something, so we could put a door here like a fairy house. And we could put a tree behind it. It's kind of maybe too small of a tree, though, for a fairy house. Mm-hmm. And we could use a regular tree, but it'll disappear when we get close to it. Is that too big? I mean, that looks really big. You know, compared to the size of a sim, that looks pretty big. Do. Take a look here. And I'm also trying to come up with something a little bit different. Like I've used this before. Was it this? I think it was this piece. Yeah. So I've used this before and lifted it up a little bit and then kind of outfit the front of it like it was a little house, right? Like someone lived there, like a little fairy lived there. I don't really want to do that again. So I'm feeling at a loss at the moment. Mm-hmm. Now we do have this too as well. Might put this over here. Do. Okay. What have we? We've got something like this. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. I don't know if it really works for our purposes here. It might work somewhere, though. It might work over here with the castle. Or maybe here at the start, like maybe right here. Let's put it right there for now. None of that is working for me. Oh, you know what? Do we have a birdhouse somewhere in here? Let me have that real quick. Is the birdhouse not in? It might not be part of these 3 packs. And that might be where I have to break that rule and just use any pack, because I think what I want is the birdhouse decoration. And if I can find it here, let's see. And if I'm not thinking of The Sims 3, or something like that. Sometimes that's happened where I'm sure there's something and I'm looking for it and I'm looking for it and I'm looking for it and I can't find it. And I just know that it exists. I just know it's in the game. And then suddenly it hits me, or I look it up online and it is in The Sims 3. Now here is not what I'm looking for. That is a birdhouse. That is not the one I was thinking of, so not that. Ah, is it this one? Maybe that one. Let's look real quick and see what else we've got to work with here. Do. Let's use this too. Okay, so for the moment, let's go with that. Let's go with what we've got right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go downstairs here and we are going to build us a basement. We're going to go ahead and just frame out this entire space as one large basement that is not accessible by, of course, Sims. This is just for us to place things so that I can hide the stick, right? And I guess in a lot of ways, I don't actually have to do it that way now that I think about it. Because since I have the tool mod installed at the moment, I could just lower it using the tool mod. Let's try that, in fact. Let's see how that works out for us. And we're going to, it won't be a fairy house, right? We're going to make a house for like sentient birds, right? For birds who are intelligent birds, who maybe can talk and act like humans act. And so they've built a little house. We're going to pretend like that's what we got going on here. We're going to lower this by a -1 and see where that lands us. Okay. Like so. And I would love to have a little set of steps to lead up to this. If I can think of something to use as steps, that's what I'm going to do. But for the moment, I can't. So we're going to take this and put it here in the middle. We're going to lower to -2. Let's see if that takes it too far. It did take it too far, so we're going to undo that. Let's see here. Let's just do a -1.6. Let's try that. Oh, that did too far too, really. Maybe it won't work with that particular piece. Is that going to be the problem? Don't know. Okay, let's try again here. Let's just try a -1. Ah, okay. So we're going to do that. So it looks like a little pool of water right outside their house. And I want to make this quite a bit smaller. Again, I've already scaled it down to a fourth of its normal size. It's as far as we can go in game. So we're going to bring it down to 0.15% of its normal size, like that. That still seems a little big for a bird to use, so we're going to bring it down to 1/10 of its size, like that. We'll bring it over here. Hello, son. How are you? That was my son getting home real quick, throwing me the mail. Okay, let's see here. Now we have this kind of rabbit here. Let's see if we can. I don't know what we're going to do with him. I kind of wanted, to maybe kind of look like he's, kind of protecting this kind of birdhouse here. Like so. So not bad. That's not too bad. I kind of like that. And let's go in and use some terrain paint. Here, we're going to put this right here. We're going to build up a nice little garden around it. Do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Kind of a little protected, sheltered area here for these sentient magical birds to hang out at as a starting place. And I might put a little toy there that a toddler might like to play with. So like maybe the cat could go there. I don't think there's a rabbit, is there? But the cat could go there, or a duck or something like that. Now we're going to go ahead and look at terrain paint because I think we have something that might work as a kind of formal look, right? Because this is kind of a nice looking little place, right? I mean, it's very sort of, I don't know, sort of Georgian looking place. Got this big pool outside, right? So let's try. Kind of a formal sort of little courtyard here where the birds, kind of paved it in a little bit, made it really nice, right? Made a really nice little area here. Maybe it's pigeons that live here. Pigeons love like big plazas and stuff, so maybe it's pigeons that we've got living there, and we'll do that. And then here around the front, again, since we have kind of this formal little courtyard, we're going to go ahead and take all of these little bushes like this, and we're going to shrink them down. Will they go any smaller? No. Shoot. I wish that they would. Okay, so we are going to make them as small as we can, and then we're going to go with the tool mod again, and we're going to make them quite a bit smaller, about half this size. I'm going to grab a couple of extra of these. That way if I need to shrink some more down with tool, I've kind of got them on hand. And if I don't, then I'll just delete them. Because once I start shrinking these down with tool and kind of moving them around, I do want to like have a little area here that's kind of like a gate, right? So if there's a gate for the visitors to this bird's home to get through and visit. I wonder with get together, since we've basically expanded this to get together now, what kind of gates do we have? We have this. This makes a really cute gate. I might use this. Shrunk way down. Let's try that. We're going to keep that for now, and I'll show you here in a minute if it works, kind of why I want to use it and why it's really cute, why it's going to be great for this application. Let's see here. Tool mod scale. Let's try 10% of its normal size. Ooh, well, that might be a little bit too small, but I don't know. It's kind of close. Let's make it 15% of its normal size. That's a little bit better, right? I'm going to try doing this one so I can really see how it fits with that gate. Let's try 20% then. Let's see. Okay, so can we get away with 20 or should we do 15? That is the big question here. I'm going to go with 20. Let's see if 20 will work for us. I think 15 feels a little too small. I mean, we could do like 18 or something like that as well, I suppose, but This does get a little tedious. What can I say? Doing this over and over, but I do like the effect that we get. I mean, to me, it is worth it to go through it because at the end, it is going to look more like what I want it to look like, right? Now, we could do something without doing this. You know, we could do it just with regular in-game mechanics. But hey, since we have the tool mod, let's use it. We're going to move these like, whoops, like so. Let's try that. Now, what we're going to do is, this is something I normally do with this gate as a full-size gate. It makes a really kind of neat effect at night. It's a way of kind of lighting it up. Let's see here. Aha, here they are. So I guess we're adding backyard stuff or whatever it was called to this setup as well. Let's change. Let's make this gate very kind of fancy, right? Well, I don't know if we should or not, though. Everything else is pretty lower key. Maybe we should leave it as black. Let's leave it as black. Let's leave it as black for now. Normally I do it kind of fancy. And what we do is shrink this down and then kind of just intersect the gate. And normally I can intersect it exactly because the gate is placed on the grid, you know. Now in this case, I have free-handed the gate in its placement. And it doesn't matter that I did that because no sim is actually going to use it, right? This is just some place that toddlers would walk by and kind of, you know, ooh and ah at, right? Kind of marvel at. Okay, and then when, you know, when it's dark, when it's nighttime, whoops, it kind of lights up, right? Going to give us a little bit of glow there around the gate. So there we go. Do. So there is one another little sort of area where they can kind of check it out. Kind of this, you know, like I said, this sort of fantasy forest they're going through as they walk through the park area, right? Something for them to do as toddlers. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not. I guess I could over here maybe. Think about it. Keep that over there. Now, one thing I thought about doing here was to do like a little village setup, right? Like a whole little group of houses around here. I really don't know if I have the stuff to do that. But when I first found this, of course, my thought was, oh, that would be great, like the center of a village, right? Right. So I'm going to look here real quick and see what we've got. Fingers crossed. I mean, right off the top of my head, nothing's coming to mind, but maybe I'll get lucky once I get here. Something will make some sense. That's awfully big. Here we go. Make sure that's solid, and then I'm going to kind of trim this terrain paint back a little bit. Like that. Maybe even a little bit more like that. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to take this and try again to make sure we have more of a true kind of circle here centered on that planting. Like so. Now I need to add a little bit more to this terrain paint. I don't use terrain paint very much simply because, like, as it stands right now, it looks fine, it's okay, but I'm going to want to put a little bit more stuff into it so it looks a little more real. So it doesn't look like it's just painted stuff on the ground, but it looks like people actually walk across it, people actually use it, and hopefully it'll have some depth, like a sort of 3D look to it. We'll see. That'll be one of the last things I do, but that's kind of my idea on that. Now, for housing, I don't know. This is definitely where it's going to be kind of like me using every single pack, right? Because that is the cutest koala bear too. I just love him. I am going to put him somewhere here. I don't know where I'm going to put him. He's new with this pack. Is that not the most adorable thing ever? I love that. I just love that so much. I'm going to have to try to... What colors does he come in? Let's see. Oh, look at that with his eyes closed. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love... This is my favorite thing. I saw it earlier. I'm in love with it. I'm going to do one with those little eyes closed. And I don't know where I'm going to put him, but somewhere. Maybe in the castle itself. I'm going to set it over there for now. And let's see if we've got any sort of housing and stuff. I mean, I know we do. We do. You know, we've got stuff like that, right? And that sort of stuff, right? And this, right? Victorian. None of that is really what I'm looking to do here. Do. Huh. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do. For a village there, because I really just kind of had this idea of wouldn't it be cool? I guess I'll just have to use all the packs because I could use these sort of things to represent little houses in the village. I could. Stuff like this. So if we took that and we did it in blue and we shrunk it way down, right? We're going to have kind of a little house here, right? Like that. And we could probably go further. Take something like this. We might need to make that a little bit smaller with the tool mod, but again, we could do that. So we have kind of, we could put this over here. Again, maybe in white more than another color. Do. Something like this, and maybe additionally something, whoops, like this to kind of intersect it, right? Can we make it a little bit smaller? We can. So we could kind of turn it like that. Try with all my might, right? Right. And then, we could set this here. Oh, do. And we'll go here with the tool mod. We're going to make this a little bit smaller because I want it to look like kind of a smaller second story up above this first floor. And right now, again, we have it scaled down as far as we can go. So we're going to scale it down to 20% instead of 25. That's a little bit better, right? Let's elevate it up by 10% like that. That's not too bad. And let's try elevating it up again by 5%. Oops. Like so. Okay, so that's not too bad. I mean, it's giving us a little bit of a look here of a small village. Let's see if we could, I'm going to pull this around, yeah, more like right there. And let's see if we can put maybe another couple of these houses out here. Kind of here. We'll change their color so they don't look exactly alike. Like so. Put a little bell there in the middle of town. I think we can make that even a little bit smaller. Let's see here. And this park is going to take me forever. I'm just starting to think, yeah, this might take a little while. I might have bit off something here. Let's try this shape. This is kind of cool. Give it more of a fairy tale feel, you know, kind of some interesting shapes to it. Like so. Aha, see, it's a little bit better. Let's elevate that up a little bit. 0.1, like so. And we're starting to get our feel here of this little village on the edge of the forest, right? We're going to put some landscaping around it. That ought to really kind of help flesh it out a little bit. These people here, their house is set back a little bit from the main plaza. So we're going to give them something a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and just kind of give them a little bit of a rougher kind of look in front of their house. Maybe. I've not decided that, but maybe. Well, no, not that. Let's try this. Well, it's not really what I'm looking for either. How about this stuff? Nah. Okay, maybe we're not. Let's just skip that idea. Let's not go with terrain paint there. I have some other ideas that we could maybe use here. Let's try this grass, right? Let's do it like that. Because what I really kind of am angling for here is kind of just a little sort of little English garden type of feel, right? Where got kind of a little bit overgrown, but real colorful and pretty. And in fact, instead of that, how about this? We'll put that in there. Like that. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's arrange them a little bit here. Go back like that. And we could change the colors of these a little bit. Do some pink ones. Do some yellow ones. Like so. So got like a little cottage there with some overgrown sort of garden look to the front. We could even put a little gate there. I don't think we will put a gate there. We could. I might. We could do something like this here. Not too bad. All right, that's a start. That is a start. Oh my gosh. How am I going to get all this done? I don't know. But let's see here. Let's grab some trees. Got some big old trees in here. This is a very hidden little village, of course. Cannot see that it's back here. Tucked away. And we'll do this here. So that one back a little bit. Whoops. And then we're going to take find some flowers here. Let's take this, shrink it way down, and make it a little bit bigger. Put it here back behind. kind of act as some filler. We're going to make that bush a little bit smaller there, the bush in front of the fancy house, right? They got kind of a fancy house with this fancy tree, you know, fancy sort of sculpted tree there, like so. And we might even go ahead and put like this too. I mean, we're going to, maybe the mayor lives in this house, right? Maybe this is the mayor's house. He's got a very fancy house, fancy kind of taste. Like that. And in fact, because he does have kind of fancy taste, maybe we'll change. Maybe we are going to put like a nicer brick or stone sort of entrance to his house, like this stuff here, right? And we'll do it as a square. Well, maybe we won't do it as a square. Let's see here. Not exactly what I was going for. Let's try something else. Let's try this brick again. Not really. How about this? This is kind of good. It's a little big. It's a little bit big. Well, I don't know. I'm not loving these so far. That's not bad. Let's get a little bit closer to that. That doesn't look too bad here. Okay, that's not too bad. Nice little sort of front there for him. And we will grab another one of these bushes, put it on this other side. Kind of a balanced front. What was that? Was that the cat or the dog? Let's go here. Oh, there's my cat. Hey, kitty. Ah, there you go. Okay, so let's take a look here and see what we've got going on. We've got the mayor's house, this fancy bushes and his fancy kind of stonework here on the outside. And we've got the little overgrown kind of English country, English garden kind of set up there. And let's go ahead and grab some more of these bushes. Tuck them in here. Oops. Kitty. There we go. Shoot. And you know what might be kind of cute? I don't know how small I can get it. Well, I can with the tool mod, now that I think about it. I can get it very small. Let's see here. Let's see if we can put some ivy on this kind of taller sort of governmental building here in the back. Got this. I'm gonna have to lower that down a bit with the tool mod. What else have we got? Same thing, it's kind of going to reach out really high there. Let's see. Oh, we've got this though. This is perfect. Okay. Like I said, we're kind of getting into like pretty much every pack territory here, but this is really perfect for what I want to do here on this particular build. Kitty. A cat has found my lap. Wants to be a part of the process too, I guess. He's like, I can build. I'm a builder. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a little bit more of what I'm looking for there. Sorry, cat. Let's see here. Let's see if we can put a little bit here by the front door or by this front window, I guess you could call it. I don't love that as much. So let's try that. That's not too bad. So if you look at it from a toddler's perspective, walking past the little village kind of tucked away here, it doesn't look too bad. Now, we're going to need to do some more landscaping around here and then add some decorative objects like maybe a little wheelbarrow, a little well, another little well, stuff like that. So first, let's go ahead and finish up our landscaping here. Let's do some of these pretty flowers over here by this structure. Again, something pretty grand, right? Because this is kind of a grand looking sort of house. lost in thought here. Gets straining with the effort of turning that. Okay, there we go. Very lovely, very pretty. Let's go ahead and put in... Nah, not that. Maybe that? That's a little bit more what I'm looking for right there. Like so. Do, 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 do. One thing we could do too is maybe put out a couple of potted plants out here. See what we have to work with. Again, this is another kind of, grand sort of structure. Not bad. Not bad. We'll stick with that. And we'll go ahead and put in a few more little bushes and stuff back around this thing. And we'll be pretty much done with it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I said we're going to put in a few decorative items too, Okay, now let's look and see if we can find a few decorative things to tuck in here. Maybe a wheelbarrow, the water well, right? The water well. Whew. And then we might have to call this stream good for today. I have to check on a few other things with my life going on. But that will get us pretty good start on this park. I personally am really pretty happy with it. Mm-hmm. I just saw the well, of course. I used it over there on that other house. I should have grabbed two. I should have known I'd want it again. Let's see. It's got to be in here somewhere. I guess I could search. Maybe I can search under well. Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. I thought there was another wagon in here as well. I don't see another wagon. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. There it is. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Put that over here. By this house. And then we'll go in and we'll shrink these things down a little bit using this tool mod, of course. We're going to scale that down to 18%. Let's try 18%. Yeah, that's not bad. See, that fits a little bit better. We're going to scale this down. I think it was to 15%. Yeah, and that's better. And then we'll scale this down to probably also 15%. That's kind of small, but I think it's okay because it's just supposed to be a little floral cart, you know, for a little fairy, right? To be pushing around out there. Scoot that back a little bit, tuck it in there some. This here by this sort of wilder house. The other thing I could think of that we could put here, though, would be a couple of park benches. And yes, I know I will have to stop at some point. I actually always do. I mean, really, I can go through with a lot of this stuff and literally just keep seeing something to add for forever to kind of change things up. That's where I definitely understand George Lucas. I kind of feel his pain. You know, you look at something and you think, oh, man. I wish I thought of that. Oh, man, I wish I thought to do that. Oh, man, I wish I thought to do that. Let's take this here. Fairy tale white. We're going to have to shrink it down a little bit more. But we'll put one here. And here. And we have our little fairy village. I might tinker with some, of course, as I go on. I might add some to the landscaping, stuff like that. But you can see if you're a toddler, you're starting off on your journey, come across the friendly village with friendly people in it, you know, and then you have kind of the bird's house, Yoda's house, right? Stuff like that. I think back over here somewhere, I'm going to put... I put a dragon in the last one I made, and I think I'll put a dragon out here again. And, of course, it's a friendly dragon, right? It's not a mean dragon. It's a friendly dragon who just wants to have friends. And everybody thinks he's mean, and it hurts his feelings because he's not mean. He's very friendly, as any toddler will tell you. My son a little bit used to play those sort of games with me when he was little, and he'd come and he'd be like, "Rawr, you know, I'm a monster. Rawr." And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm scared. Oh, don't hurt me, monster." And then he'd be like, "But I'm a nice monster." You know, "I'm a nice monster. I just want to be your friend." And so that's what I always think of when I kind of put this sort of stuff together, is stuff like that. My son, of course. For now, this looks not half bad. Like I said, I'm going to scale this down a little bit, scale the walls down a little bit on it, and stuff like that. I might work on it some more tonight, and if I do, I might kick in another live stream later and kind of work on this part some more, scale this back, add some more vegetation through here, and then really get to work on the splash pad. My thought is... I don't know if I should... my thought is to build the treehouse simply so I could play test it, right? To make sure this does not interfere with it. So I might have to build the treehouse at some point. But it's getting there. It's a nice, sweet little build. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify. That way later, if I do come on board to finish some more of this, you will get a notification. And you can see when this will be put up as a video eventually. Kind of a speed build / this sort of stuff where I'm actually live streaming interspersed together. So in the meantime, thank you this time for watching.